Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope you are all fine. Today we have the last step of animal tissue, that is the nervous or neural tissue. Nervous tissue contains highly specialized cells called nerve cells or neurons. Nervous tissue exerts the greatest control over the body's responsiveness to changing conditions. Nervous tissue is specialized to transmit messages in our body. Brain, spinal cord, and nerves are all composed of nervous tissue. The neuroglial cell, which constitutes the rest of the neural system, protects and supports neurons. Neuroglia make up more than one half the volume of neural tissue in our body. Now, neurons are nerve cells. Neurons are the structural and functional units of nervous tissue. Neurons are excitable cells. Each neuron has the following parts: cytone or cell body, number 2 dendrites, number 3 axon, number 4 synapse. Cytone or cell body, also called perikaryon or soma. Cytone consists of a central nucleus and cytoplasm, also called neuroplasm, with deeply stained particles called nucleus granules. Besides mitochondria, Golgi bodies, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, fat globules. These nucleus granules are large and irregular masses of ribosomes and rough endoplasmic reticulum. They probably synthesize proteins in the cell. Now the dendrites. Dendrites are short and branched processes arising from the cytone. Dendrites carry impulses towards the cell body. Now the axon. Axon is a single long cylindrical projection of uniform thickness. The part of the cytone from where axon arises is called axon hillock. Axon hillock is the most sensitive part of the neuron. The axon ends in a group of branches. Axon endings are presynaptic knob, termed as terminal arborization. Nucleus granules are absent in axon. Also, Golgi bodies, ribosomes, and fat globules are absent in axon. Axon is surrounded by a sheath called neurolema, which is of specialized connective tissue called Schwann cells or Schwann cells. The in-sheathed axon is called nerve fiber. The plasma membrane of axon is called exolema, and neuroplasm of axon is called exoplasm. Axon carries messages away from the cytone. Now the fourth part of the nerve cell, that is synapse. Synapse is a site of junction between terminal arborization of axon of one neuron and the dendrites of another neuron. The terminal arborization of one neuron is very closely placed to the dendrites of another neuron to carry impulses from one neuron to another neuron. The fibers, however, do not meet. Their cell membranes remain separated by a microscopic gap of about 200 angstrom units. Each neuron receives an impulse through its dendrites and passes it on to the next neuron through synapse. Nerve impulse pass between neurons through the synapse with help of chemicals called as neurotransmitters. For example, acetylcholine. Now the types of neurons. Neurons are classified on the basis of their structure and function. On the basis of the structure, the neurons are of five types, which include number 1, unipolar neuron. Unipolar neurons have only axon but no dendron and are found only in early embryos of invertebrates and vertebrates. Number 2 is bipolar neuron. Bipolar neurons have two processes, one axon and another dendron, and are found in olfactory epithelium and retina of the eye. Number 3, multipolar neurons. Multipolar neurons have many processes arising from the cell body. Out of them, one is longer and acts as an axon and the remaining as dendrons. Multipolar neurons are most common and are found in the brain and the spinal cord. Number 4 type is pseudo unipolar neurons. They are actually bipolar and appear like unipolar. A single process arises first, which divides to form dendron and axon. Pseudo unipolar neurons are found in the dorsal root ganglion of the spinal cord. Number 5th type is nonpolar or unpolarized neurons. Each neuron bears several branched processes. There is no functional difference between dendrites and axon. This was about the types of neurons based on the structure. Nonpolar or unpolarized neurons are rarer in vertebrates and occur in cnidarians, that is cylindrates, such as Hydra. On the basis of functions, the neurons are of three types. Number 1, sensory or receptor or afferent neurons. Sensory neurons connect sense organs with the CNS, that is central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord. Sensory neurons bring sensory impulse from sense organs to the central nervous system. Number 2 type of neuron on the basis of function, that is motor effector or efferent neurons. Motor neurons connect the central nervous system to the effectors, that is muscles and glands. Motor neurons carry motor impulses from the central nervous system to the effectors. Then third type, that is interneurons are connector, relaying or adjuster neurons. Interneurons present in the central nervous system and occur between the sensory and motor neurons for distant transmission of impulses. Interneurons are neither sensory nor motor but are meant for integrating and analyzing the input of information and distributing it to other parts of the nervous system. Now the functions of nervous system. Nervous system controls all the activities of the body. Nervous tissue controls all the activities of the body. Nervous tissue coordinates between various body parts during any body function. Dendrites carry nerve impulses towards the cytone, whereas axon carries impulses away from the cytone. This was about the nervous or neural tissues, types of neurons, and the functions. This completes the animal tissues. Thanks.